Welcome to Enjoy Learning English. We're here to make learning joyful and effective. Subscribe to our channel for fun lessons that light up your language English today.
We use should and shouldn't plus the base form to ask for and give advice.
Should I talk to my parents about this?
Yes, you should. Talking to them is a good idea. They can help. You shouldn't ignore the problem. To ask for advice, use should I, followed by the base verb.
Should I talk to my parents about this?
To give advice, use should or shouldn't. You should. You shouldn't ignore the problem. To express an opinion, use should. For example, she should join a gym. To make a suggestion, say you should try the chocolate ice cream. It's fantastic to its mild obligation should last.
The verb ought to can be used instead of should in all these cases. For example, he ought to study harder, or you ought not to drink so many soft drinks. Remember, ought to requires the to marker.
We use had better plus base form to give strong advice. It often expresses threat or warning, and it's stronger than should or ought to. It refers to the present or future, not the past. Its negative form is had better not.
Whoa, whoa, yeah, a little lesson in the air, yeah.
Looking forward, what we're gonna do. Advice for the present, coming through to you. Should, ought to, or a had better day. Keep the base form, that's the only way. Like choosing the flavor on a sunny street, or making the time to stay on your feet. In the now and the future, keep it light. Should, ought to, had better, keep it bright. Use the base form, that's the golden key. Advice for the future, simple as can be.
We use shouldn't or ought not to plus have plus past participle to express regret about something that happened in the past. I shouldn't have sized something somebody has Larry for day, Janet Sutub Dazik.
We use should or ought to plus have plus past participle to express regret about something that didn't happen in the past.
We also use it to criticize somebody's behavior. You should have called me and let me know you weren't coming. Modal verbs can be used to give advice about the present or future. For example, you should try the ice cream, or you ought to join a gym. For the past, we use modal verbs to express regret or criticism.
Lost in the now or what's to come, your gentle guiding words become. You should try the chocolate ice cream, dear, or ought to face that hidden fear. You had better tell them you'll be late before you seal your weary fate. But for the past and roads not known, that quiet ache we call regret. Should have taken a different stone, ought to have let them see you're upset.
It is the present. Lena has a big exam tomorrow. She is worried. Omar is not.
I feel nervous about the exam.
Don't worry. You should study a little tonight.
I know. I ought to review my notes now.
Good thinking, Lena. You should start early.
Omar, you and our friend. Okay. Lena, you had better focus. This exam is important.
Tomorrow I will wake up early. Yes, you should arrive on time.
You ought to bring all your materials.
And you had better forget enter.
We use had or strong warnings about the future.
The exam was hard. I feel I did badly. What happened?
I should have studied with you. I ought to have helped you more.
I should have gone to bed early. Yes, you both should have prepared better.
I should have studied harder for that exam. She ought to have been more honest with her friend. They should have left earlier to avoid the traffic. Regret.
Present and future advice. You should study. You ought to study. Next time, I had better listen.
And we should start earlier.
And now they understands. You good advice helps in from the past.
We use should have plus the past participle to express regret. For example, I should have studied harder for the exam. We can also use ought to have to express a moral obligation.
What was the lesson?
What? The lesson was to buy the ticket!
Oh, right.
We really should have learned. Yeah.
Hindsight's a sharp photograph. Should have bought the ticket then. Should have learned to play that song. Ought to have called up my old friend. Ought to have waited in the rain. Now it's just a faded outline. Another beautiful mistake. A feeling I can't quite erase. Should have, but I didn't.